Good evening. That's the word from Vipin Mehta. Let's invite our next guest. Bala is joining us from catchthecures.com. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. You've been bearish for some time, Jay. What's your view currently after the kind of decline? Yesterday, the S&P sort of protected the June lows by all of 8 points. Of course, in India, we're still some distance away from the June lows. Dow Jones is already there. But your views?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on the show, Anuj. A couple of things what I said last week is actually playing out. And I said the lows for the US markets is just a matter of few days, probably end of Friday. And the Dow took out the 2022 lows. And I said the Nifty, in all probability, has stopped and it's likely to get lower. But I believe that the markets are heading much lower from here, in the Indian markets as well. And the outperformance that it saw in the last few months, it's probably come to an end. And although a few markers needs to be crossed, but the important thing is, frontline stocks and darling of the bull run like Adani Enterprises, they are even showing signs of at least going through a short-term correction. So the markets have, in all probability, rolled into a sell-on rise mode, and rallies are likely to be short-lived. So the markets that I spoke about, we need to see the Nifty break below 16,900. Once that's done, the probability of markets going higher will dissipate rapidly, and a print of 16,752 will completely eliminate all possibilities and put the focus on the June lows.
Okay, all right. Hi, Jay. Noted that point. Sell on rise till we get past the 17,500. On the downside, 16,752. We should get some of these levels up for our viewers on the screen. Jay, just deviating from the equity markets, what about the currency space? The dollar index, it's moving like a bull. Above that 113 overnight, 114 plus is what we saw. Your view on the dollar index, I'm not sure whether you track the Indian rupee, but if you do, then a level on that as well.
Very much track the Indian rupee, Nigel. See, the dollar index, there are two baskets, including the global basket and the Asian basket. Both of them are showing very strong signs that the dollar rally isn't ending. Probably in the short term, it's a little bit overcooked, so you might see a little bit of bounce, but that'll be just that, just a bounce, a short-term bounce. If you look at the Asian dollar basket, it's heading very close to the .com level, so it's further weakness. And it's not ending, and we're probably going to go and see the Asian financial crisis lows. And somebody had put out several weeks ago how whenever the dollar index rallies more than 20%, it leads to it's a precursor to a crisis. So it's there on Twitter. You can Google it and search for it. But when it comes to the rupee, I put out a note in 2019, not anything to do with the Fed tightening. I know that the long-term trajectory for the Indian rupee is somewhere close to 96. And and I had projected 2020 to see record highs and 2022 to see somewhere about 86. It's a bit slow on the clock, but it's really heading there. But the direction of the trajectory hasn't changed.
Right, got that. Sorry, on the dollar index, Jay, afternoon. What do you think we are getting at in this move?
Yeah, when the euro broke parity with the dollar, I put out the medium-term forecast too. On this channel, I said it's heading somewhere close to 115 to 120 in the medium term. But the rally has been so strong that's being met in the short term. We saw a rise of about 114.5 yesterday. So as I said just a few minutes ago, in the very short term, it's excessive. The sentiments have become excessively bullish. That's going to lead a little bit of froth to get taken out in the short term. But the medium to long-term projection is about 138, and this is going to probably be coincident with the US 10-year yields, for which I have a long-term projection of 565 bips.
Okay, what about the Indian IT stocks, Jay? Because they are in a bear market, pronounced bear market now, for better part of last 6 months. Most of the stocks have corrected over 30%, some over 40%. Case in point, Wipro. Your views here?
Yeah, it just needs to do one more sequence of lower low, Anuj. And when it's doing that, if it manages to hold 24,400, it'll be very bullish for the medium term. So watch that ballpark, just below 25,000 mark on the Nifty IT index. If in the next sequence of lower lows, if it does that and holds that, that'll be pretty bullish, and most of the IT stocks will be an ideal buying point. So, but if it doesn't hold 24,400, we need to know what the market is going to do. I think it's going to go closer to 20,000. That's not my view at the moment. I think 24,400, but I will be very careful if it doesn't hold that.
Well, Jay, what about the pharma stocks? You know, yesterday in the markets were getting trounced. The pharma index was one of the lone indices that were trading in the green. Weakness on the Indian rupee, maybe bulk of the bad news in the price. How is the index shaping up, and what are your picks out there?
Yeah, the pharma sector is looking pretty interesting. At least it's likely to provide a short-term trading opportunity. There is relative outperformance visible in Cipla and Sun Pharma. But if the pharma index manages to take out 12,900, I think there is an opportunity for a play out there, at least for a short term, somewhere close to 14,400 mark. But there are already some of the stocks which are already showing good signs. Something like a Dr. Lalpath Labs from the diagnostic space. So if you want to preempt the market, as long as Dr. Lalpath stays about 2260. It's bullish for a price objective close to 2,900 to 3,000. So, pharma is looking pretty interesting. Maybe it's a play on the defensive.
Okay, pharma play on the defensive. What else? Where else are you seeing trading opportunities, one way or the other? Both long and short, Jay.
Yeah, the important sector that's actually on the verge of breaking down, or it's probably already broken down, is the auto sector. Auto sector is trading below 12,600. That's a negative. I've been pointing out it shouldn't trade below 12,600. It's done that. Tata Motors, watch out for it. It has broken below the trend line from October 2021, and it's trading below 430, 427. So that's a negative there. So probably some of the two-wheeler stocks are also clocking lower lows. Bajaj Autos and TVS Motors. TVS Motors is a bit excessive on the higher side. If it try to break 1,000 mark, I think it's going to correct somewhere close to 850 to 800. So that might be a playing opportunity with a stop above 1,080 for TVS Motors.
Anything you're bullish on, Jay, right now?
I'm bullish on something like Cholamandalam, and Dabur. Dabur, is again probably a defensive play for the markets in the short term. If Dabur were to take out, I think it's 580. I think it's heading for 650 to 720. So probably wait for if you're conservative, wait for a break above 580. If you're aggressive, the stops need to be somewhere below 520. But if it breaks 580, the stops can be upgraded to 550.
Okay, Jay, thanks a lot for joining us. Good talking to you as always.